Firstly, and introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the green trunks trimmed with red, weighed in at 8 stone, 6.5 pounds. Taking part in his 12th professional contest, he's from Algeria. Would you please welcome Foudil Madani? And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the purple trunks trimmed with red and white. He weighed in at 8 stone and 9 pounds, brings a 19-fight record, 17 wins, 4 by knockout and only 2 defeats. He's from Scotland. Would you please welcome Carr? Champion of the world from Harrow is Peter McCann, and the referee in charge of the action from Woodford, Essex is Marcus McDonald. This is 8 3-minute rounds.
Seconds out, first round.
Well, an interesting fight, this one. Brian Carr coming in, well, with reasonable notice from Johnny Armour, who wasn't available, against Foudil Madani, whom we saw fight Peter Coleshaw of Birmingham. That was up in Liverpool, and he was beaten in that one. But Brian Carr lost a decision recently for the Super Bantamweight title in Halifax. And I tell you, there wasn't many people that thought he should have won that fight against Patrick Mullins. I didn't see it in the flesh, so I can't give an opinion, but certainly the boxing press thought that Carr had won that. However, different fights, different type of opponents, who knows. So the southpaw comes from Middlesbrough, I think it's pronounced, near Glasgow. Should know. I soldiered up in that area for some years. Had a crack at the championship too, Steve, actually. Carr, he fought Michael Brodie for the British Commonwealth Championship, and he was cut in the 10th round. It's quite an interesting and close fight at the time.
I don't know how much knowledge Carr got for this fight, whether it's enough or not, but he's fighting a live opponent here, because this Algerian looks like he has a bit of power, and I know it's only the early stages in the fight, but he looks like he could be dangerous. He's got a good defense, and he's bringing shots from left hooks and right hooks.
And his job is a bit of a big shot. He can carry rifles and everything, and security force in Algeria. So you might need a bit of heavy artillery here, though, to beat Carr. He's a very capable fighter, this Scot. A bit prone to cuts. That's been his trouble in his career. In his first 6 fights, he actually suffered cuts.
I haven't come across too many Algerians that will be boxing and based in Algeria. I know there's a lot of Algerians based in boxing of France, but this would be my first time to see an Algerian fighter coming over here who actually is still based in Algeria.
Yeah, I'm not sure these days if he is totally based. He might have moved to France since, well, not since he last fought Peter Coleshaw, but I'm not sure. He may be, as you say, fighting out of France anyway. I don't think the Highland promoters can afford the fare from Algeria. Actually, that's probably a lot cheaper from France.
Well, I'm not too sure whether they can afford it, but I don't think the paid now might be the real reason.
Now this fella's, mark your card here, Steve. He's been disqualified for being very naughty in the ring, Mr. Madani, against Noel Wilders of Castleford in the 7th round. He'd committed quite a few fouls by then, apparently. But I've been impressed with Carr over the years, and he just hasn't had the breaks, and that proved it against Patrick Mullins. Willie Connolly there in Big Scott's corner, and managed by the promoter Alex Morrison. Won everything, is 4 Scottish titles. Had a win over John Joe Irwin, who's now the British featherweight champion in his amateur days, Brian Carr. Have a quick look to Madani. I don't know, That's the way I want you to throw a right hand, he's saying, I presume. But he looked all right at the start of the fight with Coleshaw, but he was up against it there.
Second out, round 2.
Coming up second round then of this bantamweight scrap.
Well,
And the southpaw's got, well, he's reaching this taller Algerian.
well, Brian Carr's had a chance to look at him in the first round. He's probably planning now how he's going to break through this guy's defense, which is a good defense. He keeps his chin down, his hands high. And
I'll tell you what, he's looking pretty good here, the Algerian, as you're saying that. As I remember, he was a bit like this with Coleshaw. He tried, he threw a lot of punches in the opening rounds.
he certainly has come to fight. He's not here to survive. He looks like he wants to win this bout. He's an awkward opponent, though.
Oh, he really is.
When he misses shots, he falls in behind him. So there could be a clash of heads here, and if it happens, someone could come off with a bad cut because he's falling in behind the shots when he gets in close. We know Brian has been unfortunate in the past with cuts over the eyes, so hopefully there won't be a clash of heads tonight.
Yeah, that's the one danger that bothers me about it. He does carry some scar tissue now, young Carr. He's told him to take time out, and Marcus McDonald, the brother of Jimmy, former British champion, he's pretty strict.
Well, if they don't listen to the referee, he will let them know he's there and tell them to do what they're told.
He's a very wiry, and also he looks a fairly strong fighter too, the Algerian. He's got, a sort of wire strength he's got, isn't he?
He does, but he looks a little tense. He's tightened up. His arms are tight, his body is tight, and his punches are tight. That can actually wear you out as the fight goes on.
Well, that may be the reason, as I said with the previous fight with Peter Coleshaw. Although I think we shouldn't discredit Coleshaw. He blocked brilliantly on that one.
It's true, but at the same time, though, Brian Carr doesn't want to give him too much of a lead. It's only an hour fight.
Hello. He didn't like that punch in the ribs. He didn't claim a low punch, though. Is he going to stay there? No, he isn't.
That was a good shot. He's in pain.
I didn't think that was a low punch, did you?
No,
I didn't take it, so I can't tell you.
I think Brian Carr should follow up now and work to the body straight away.
He doesn't want to know, I don't think.
No, he's called his mouthpiece. That was.
Yeah, he's dropped the shield there. He's entitled to do that. It was a clever move. He's pointing it out to the referee as well.
Well, he waited until his count was over, so he'd get an extended breather.
Yeah.
So that's a good pro in his corner, and not rushing to put it back in his mouth either.
Well, we'll have a look at that later, I think. I'm surprised if I missed. No, they're in the belly, those.
Well, Brian Carr's just landed a nice left shot, left hook into the midriff there. Maybe that's a punch that put him down, but it's changed. The fight's changed now. The Carr is more in control and looks more dangerous.
Well, Brian Carr means it now. I tell you, he's got the fella on the go. He's going to make the best of this. Well, he dropped his gum shield on the way back to the corner. Let's have another look at that. Two angles of this punch now. Let's see. Now that travelled out right on the waistline, don't you think?
That was that nice short left uppercut to the body that I saw it again later on in that round. Right between the elbows, I think it came.
No, that's all right.
Under the elbow. That's a good
short
shot.
rib, isn't it?
That's the shot you like to show young fighters to practice. That's one of the best body shots you can throw in boxing.
This fellow Madani actually got stopped with body shots against Peter Coleshaw. It's repeating it all over.
Second out, round 3.
Third round now. Is Brian Carr going to work to the body again?
Well, like you said, he's been stopped with body shots, and Brian Carr has had success in the second round with body shots, so to me it must be the obvious thing to do.
They don't like it. Well, nobody likes it, but he shows that he doesn't like it, doesn't he, this Algerian?
That's true. Nobody likes it, but some guys can absorb it better than others. But this guy's got a very lean body, so there's not much there to absorb body shots.
He's a decent, tidy fighter, Brian Carr, don't you think, Steve?
Well, definitely. I mean, that was a big round for him. That was a 2-point round, the second round, and he knows now that he can hurt this guy, and he's come out stronger. Madani, or however you pronounce his name, is covering up more and firing less, because he knows when he fires back that he opens his defense up and his body's open for body shots.
Thing is, he's not a total non-trier, though, is he, Madani? I mean, he doesn't mind. Look, at this point, he's doing quite well.
No, he didn't come to lie down. He's come to fight.
I think if he does tuck one underneath like that to the body, he might lie down.
A lot of guys like these don't get the credit they deserve. These are what we class as the undercard fighters who come, perform, and fight to the best of their ability, but never reach the glory heights that some of these world champions do. But without these guys, the game couldn't survive.
Oh, look at that. He made up his... Oh, I tell you what, he's a bit of an actor to go with it.
I don't think he wants
My
to.
friends, the soccer commentators, would enjoy this one. Yeah, he was never going to get up from that, and he'd rather hear the count out than get up and be stopped. Now, the only thing is we're taking, that's right, we're taking away the credit from Brian Carr. He landed a hell of a good punch. But this fella did make a meal of it afterwards.
Well, it was like the shot in the second round. It was like a left hook under the elbow to the rib cage.
Oh, there it comes. Whoops.
Yeah.
Perfectly good shot, that. He must dig hard with that. That's 2 on the turn now. Peter Coleshaw did it, and now Brian Carr.
That's a good win for Brian Carr coming in at short notice.
Yeah, it is. And he deserves it after the Patrick Mullins fight, Carr. There it is, bingo.
Yeah, no, he picked that shot well.
Didn't
he knew where he wanted that punch to land, and it was a perfect body shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and 55 seconds of the third round. On a count-out, your winner, Brian Carr. And please show your appreciation for